My name is Jay Rappaport, a recent Drexel Leaders 2020 graduate. I'm a strong believer in professional development. I believe that professional development gives us the opportunity to improve professional skills, makes us more effective, and sets us on the correct path for career advancement. And that is exactly what the DL 2020 program has to deliver. Having gone through the program myself, I can safely say with confidence that I am a stronger leader. Now, let's listen to what my colleagues have to say about the program.
The thing that impressed me the most about DL 2020 was, one, we were the first class, and I thought that they did such an excellent job of pulling this whole program together for us and engaging us in a very long day of all the different attributes and ways to look at being a good leader within the College of Nursing and Health Professions for myself, but also within Drexel as a whole, and also ourselves personally. I thought it was excellent the way they brought all those different categories together.
What most impressed me about Drexel Leaders 2020 was the level of skill that everyone brought to the room. I think both Shirley and Suzanne were pretty amazing in putting this program together, but I was so impressed with all the speakers they brought, and I was also really impressed with all the participants. And for me, that was one of the most valuable aspects of being a part of this program.
As a result of the one-page talent management, I've become a better delegator, and I've relied upon my team to do more of my tasks, giving myself more an opportunity to focus on bigger picture things.
The content that was presented was immediately actionable. It was information that you could immediately act on. It really forced you to kind of look at yourself, and it gave you the tools to assess what you were doing well, what you maybe needed to work on a little bit, and it gave you the information and the tools to work on that.
My name is Shirley Grass. When I joined the Learning and Development team in 2012, I was asked to develop a leadership development program for future leaders at Drexel. The program was to be in alignment with the strategic plan and President Fry's vision of one university. Because leadership development is not a new topic at Drexel, I reached out to multiple stakeholders to ensure that diverse perspectives were included in the curriculum. Through multiple conversations with the DL 2020 Advisory Board, Suzanne Knoll, the Director of Learning and Development, and an exhaustive literature review, DL 2020 began to take form. What you are seeing today is evidence of what can happen when a group of dedicated professionals get together to enhance their own professional development. The research shows that the competencies most important to future leaders are adaptability, self-awareness, boundary spanning, collaboration, and network thinking.
As a result of this program, I have a much greater appreciation for what are some of the challenges facing the Drexel community, and great appreciation for some of the people who are going to be in charge of leading that transformative change.
The world just isn't how I see it. People come from not just different physical backgrounds, but where they came from, who their families were, all affects how they see situations. And no situation's black or white, they're all shades of gray.
It causes me to pause before making a decision and look at it from another side or another flip of that coin.
OPTM 360 reminded me to consider the opinions of everyone around me, whether it be management, my coworkers, or subordinates. Anyone willing to provide open, honest feedback is helpful.
My takeaway was the top, middle, and bottom, and how we fluctuate between being a top at times in life, not just within our leadership roles at Drexel, being a top, a middle, and a bottom, and how there's different attributes from each one of them while we're in that role of top, middle, or bottom that I think is important for us to remember, as well as for us when we're not in that role to understand about those that are in the middle, the bottom, the top. And I think that's very important. So perspective of each one of those roles is really critical in being a good leader.
As a result of learning about perspectives, or more about perspectives, I think about it on a daily basis, almost an hourly basis. And it's not only helped me in my professional life, it's helped me in my personal life, because that same kind of thinking helps no matter who you're dealing with or where you're dealing with them.
As a result of perspective, it's helped me rethink the education process. A lot of the students that come into Drexel this year come in with a much different perspective. They've grown up with cell phones, the internet. They live a life that's much different than what my perspective was at their age. And it's helped me to rethink about how I perceive things from their point of view so that we can deliver a better education package to the students.
I have the confidence in my own leadership to continue leading even larger groups than I'm leading currently at Drexel University.
I think as a result of the program, I found myself dealing with issues that I may have previously not had an idea how to deal with. Now I have an idea, I have a little bit of background, and I can take my time and make, I think, smarter decisions for not only myself, but for anybody that I oversee or deal with on a daily basis.
I think one of the things that I really appreciated about the program was being able to call myself a leader. And I think just that aspect, just being a part of DL 2020 was really helpful for me to both take the time to think about my work, but also to think about it from the perspective of being a leader was really helpful for me, and that's something I will take with me.
As a result of the program, I've learned to look at things from different perspectives, from that of the tops, bottoms, and middles across the organization, and to use the lexicon we learned to look at things through different lenses.
When we did the program on diversity and helping to understand the backgrounds of people based on their income level, that they perceive the work environment differently than somebody that came from a different income level. And so it helped me to understand how better to work with a person who falls outside of what would be the normal income level that we would hire at, to help them really understand how to work in the environment, what adjustments that they would need to make, what adjustments I would need to make to really help them be the best that they could be.
Perspectives are important because here, especially at Drexel, we have students from many different countries, many different cultural backgrounds, many different economic backgrounds, and everyone's upbringing affects how they view situations, what their needs might be, what's important to them. And in my role in working with undergraduate students, helping them transition from college student to the real world, I need to realize that I can't have a cookie cutter package of offerings to students.
What impressed me the most was actually everybody else's commitment to the program. I wasn't sure how much time I was going to be able to give to the program, but I think that my colleagues in the program gave so much of themselves in their own time. I was kind of guilted into giving as much time as they were, and it really ended up being a hugely more beneficial experience for me.
You know, when we're called upon to lead this university into the next several decades, we won't have to spend endless hours in debates and committees because we'll already know each other, we'll know our styles, we'll have a rapport with each other, and hopefully we'll be able to accomplish some really exciting things.
Thinking back on the time in the program, the best takeaway that I have is the power of a professional network of colleagues that runs across the span of divisions and departments at a university.
You know, as a result of the program, I've built a solid network of, you know, the next generation of Drexel leaders, and that's really what I wanted to get out of this.
I think one of the things that really became apparent to me in taking the going through the Drexel Leaders 2020 program was the enormous diversity of the Drexel community. And this was reflected in the makeup of our cohort of the 20 participants. And I found particularly interesting how the various perspectives from the different parts of the university had common elements and diverse elements at the same time.
Drexel Leaders 2020 has been several years in the making with the support of many people here at Drexel University. The fact that the first year of the program has been so successful is extremely gratifying. It's like a dream come true.
My name is Rick Roman.
Eric O'Brien.
Joseph Resnick.
Richard Kopp.
Lynn Hickel.
Lisa DeLuca.
Wayne Hill.
Steve Weber.
My name is Mary Gallagher-Gordon.
Lisa Goldberg.
My name is Chris Brucci, and I am a Drexel leader.
I am a Drexel leader.
And I am a Drexel leader.
My name is Jay Rappaport, and we are Drexel Leaders.